Passiamo adesso al taglio della pappardelle.
Let's now step to cutting pappardelle, which is a fettuccine but slightly thicker. We're going to start back to sheeting our pasta at a maximum thinness. Always vertically and horizontally. If we didn't have a rectangular measure, that's perfect. We can close it, so fold it, give it a rectangular shape and get back on a couple measurements of thickness and keep sheeting. Talking about the thickness instead of the pasta, we have to make sure we have a thickness that's slightly thicker compared to the lasagna, but not too much. Otherwise we'll have a too thick pasta. Turning the machine off. Now to take the right measurement for the length of the pappardelle, I always use one spaghetto. And I just cut it slightly longer than the spaghetto. And then I'm using the piece that I already cut on top of the other to get the same measurement. Now these sheets are going to rest on a tray with some flour, and I'm going to let them dry for a few minutes, not too much, otherwise they dry too quickly. Just letting them dry a little bit so that when I fold them and cut them, the pasta doesn't stick. So 5 minutes have passed, the pasta has slightly dried. We're going to fold it like a book and then refold it on top of itself. We're going to even out the borders. And we're going to cut the pappardelle at around 2 centimeters, 2.5 centimeters thickness. I'm going to lay them out. We're going to relay it on the tray so that it dries. Let's do the same. Opening and laying. I'm going to always leave a lot of semolina. Once finished, we're going to remove the excess semolina, and we're going to place them one on top of the other, like this. And I'm going to form some nests. Now instead we're going to prepare the fresh tomato sauce. We're going to start with oil, basil, and garlic. Garlic is left whole so that once the cooking is finished we can remove it just to give flavor. We're going to let the garlic blend up without burning it. So always remember to remove the soul, the internal part of the garlic, to make it more digestible. I'm going to add the tomatoes. Tomatoes we can use both datterini, ciliegini, San Marzano when it's the best period of the year to make pasta. It's always better. So July, August is the best period. We're going to let them take some temperature. Salt. On low heat. Stirring them constantly. We're going to let the water out so that we have a nice sauce. You can feel the perfume of the garlic, but it's not too invasive. Tomato is cooking. It's taking out all of the water. When we'll saute the pasta, we will add some pasta water to make it even creamier. Here we are finishing our pappardelle with tomato. Tomato sauce is red, it's boiling, and the water is boiling and already has salt in it. We're going to put the pappardelle in the water. I'm going to let them cook. Using some tongs in order to move them constantly so that they don't stick. It's always important when we remove the pappardelle, the pasta from the water, the sauce must always have the same temperature of the cooking water. Lowering the heat a bit. We're going to use some cooking water for the tomato sauce. We've already removed the garlic and the basil. We're going to use some fresh basil later. Now we can start taking our pappardelle. The pasta is whole, nice, and hasn't broken. Instead of dry pasta, egg pasta doesn't need to be thickened to take out the starch, because it has a semolina flour in it, so we wouldn't be able to take out all of the starch. But we can create some cream anyways. The fact that the fresh pasta is kind of a rougher surface is like the traditional nice thing about it. And I'm going to plate up. I'm going to finish by adding some sauce over top. And I'm going to finish off with basil leaves to recall the basil that we had.